Yo, it's Jelly. What's going on? Been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Alright, just had to figure myself out mentally. It's 2026. Happy New Year's to everybody. Today I'm just gonna make well, for the next couple weeks I'm gonna just keep it raw and real, keep the videos short, and just go with the flow from there, and just really talk about like identity and discipline and the fake dopamine hit of motivation. So I'm gonna just break that down. So for this video, we're not gonna be talking about you don't lack discipline. You just have the wrong identity. All right. You don't like discipline. You just have the wrong identity. Keep that at the back of your head. Let that sink in. Let it land. Do what you have to do. Okay, because think about it. Because if discipline was the problem, you would fail at everything, but you don't, right? You show up when something matters to who you believe that you are, right? You don't struggle with discipline when brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to check your phone and doom scroll. You feel me? So you don't negotiate with yourself about things that feel non-optional. Why, you may ask? Because those actions are aligned with your identity, right? So let's stop feeding into that delusion and stop lying to ourselves, because the real issue is that you're not lazy. It's that you're trying to force. You got to keep that in mind. You're trying to force actions that belong to a version of you that doesn't exist yet, right? You're trying to act like a disciplined person while still seeing yourself as somebody who's trying to be disciplined. You feel me? And your brain will always protect the identity that you believe is real every single time. You can't beat that. Willpower will never beat that. So that's why when people talk about goals, people like, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your self-image. And if deep down you believe that I'm the kind of person who starts and stops, I'm not consistent, I always fall off, then every time things get hard, your brain is gonna say, good, this is familiar, this is who we are, we're not consistent, we always quit. You feel me? I'm not good at anything. You feel what I'm saying? It's always going to protect that identity that you keep repeating to yourself, and it pulls you back, and it's going to defeat you every single time. Not because you're weak, but because your identity is stronger than your willpower. Willpower, on the other hand, is temporary. Okay, identity, who you are, is permanent until you change it. People lock themselves down and think, they lock themselves down in a box of limitation to where they feel as though, this is just who I am. I can't change this. I just have to live with this, right? That is not true in the slightest, okay? Here's the hard truth that no one is going to tell you, and that is discipline is a side effect, okay? It is a symptom of what you would call an identity alignment, okay? Athletes don't rely on discipline to train, okay? Regardless of what they may show on TV, that is not the truth. They train because that's what athletes do, okay? Writers don't wait for motivation. They write because they are writers, okay? You wanted to put it in first person point of view, I am a writer. This is what I do, so I'm going to write, you know? So, again, look, healthy people don't debate going to the gym every day. They go because this is who they are. This is how they live, you know? So you see how that just flows together? The action flows from identity, you know? So if you keep asking, how do I become more disciplined? I feel like as though you're asking the wrong question. The right question is, who am I being, right? Ask yourself that right now. Who are you being right now? Because every action you take is a vote for the person that you think you are. Because this is who you are right now, the actual identity that you're rocking with, and then this is you, or who you think you are, right? And each action is going to pass votes to each identity that you think you are, right? And right now you might be voting for the identity that you say you hate, but you secretly keep reinforcing, right? So every time you quit, you tell yourself, see, this is me. This is what I do. This is who I am. Like, every time you procrastinate, yep, this is who I am. And then you wonder why change feels so heavy. You wonder why you feel as though you can't change, and change is hard. But here's the shift though. You don't need a massive transformation that people show overnight. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need to become somebody else overnight, although you can. right? Not bashing it. I feel as though that you need evidence. Identity changes when the evidence changes, aka who you are at that very moment. And you can start small with this. You can keep one small promise kept, one workout that was completed even when it sucked, one focused hour when you could have doom scrolled easily. For small stuff like that that compounds itself. But here's the thing though, it's not about results, it's about telling your nervous system, right? Hey, we're becoming somebody new. This is us now. We're not that old person no more, right? And at first it's gonna feel fake, most likely uncomfortable, and even stupid at times, you feel me? But that's good, because that's what an identity change feels like, right? If it felt natural, you would already be there. You feel me? So stop trying, that's the thing, stop trying to feel like the disciplined version of you at first, and let the feeling catch up later. Feel me? Discipline doesn't come up before identity. Identity is built through repeated action and repetition of yourself on who you think you are, and it's getting hardened into a fact. Okay, so here is what you would do. In my opinion, stop saying I'm trying to be, and that goes for anything. Stop trying to say I'm trying to be disciplined, I'm trying to be rich. You feel what I'm saying? Start saying I'm someone who keeps promises to myself. I am disciplined. I am someone who is always disciplined. I am rich. I am all that is. You feel what I'm saying? Actually speak life into yourself, and then prove it in the smallest ways possible. Although you don't really have to do this, you can simply just be that and live life and just repeat that in your mind. But if you're going to do this, don't do this tomorrow, don't do this next week, don't do this in the next couple minutes, do this right now. Because the moment you shift from I need discipline to this is who I am now, everything changes. You stop negotiating, you stop overthinking, you stop putting up BS excuses in your mind, you stop waiting for that dopamine hit, aka motivation. Just do what someone like you, that you believe you are, does. And one day you're going to look back and realize you were never undisciplined. You were never undisciplined. You were simply just living under the wrong identity. And the moment that you changed that, discipline stopped being a battle and it became a byproduct. Plain and simple, cut and dry. So this video is for people who forgot who they are, and they know who they are, and they know that they can accomplish many things if they believe to know that they are so. Be that now. You are already that. You are already all that is. So be it. Come back to this video when you forget about yourself and rewatch it all, because the truth will never expire. The truth is, you are all that is. You are perfect. Nobody is better than you. You are disciplined. You are consistent. And your life is perfect. Repeat stuff like that into yourself. Speak life into yourself every single day. Never waver. Yo.